Okay, marathon tips. This is if you've not done a marathon before, or if you've done marathons before but you've not quite cracked it. What I would do is build up your fitness and get to a point where you're comfortable at running 5 times in a week. Now that might, depending on where your start point is at the moment, if you're at 1 or 2 days, it might seem daunting to try to run 5 times a week. But 3 of those runs are going to be super easy. You're going to be going out there for between 30 and 50 minutes, really, really easy. And the purpose is only to recover more optimally, quicker and fuller, so that you can nail it on the sessions that are going to count, that we're going to talk about in a second. So to gradually build up so that you can run 5 times a week. And why 5 times a week? It's important that overall mileage that you're doing, that's going to increase your stamina. It's going to increase your endurance to make the marathon much more manageable for you. Now, can you run a marathon off running 2 times a week? Yeah, absolutely. You can run a marathon off running no times a week, and you could go out there and you would be able to complete it. But that's not what we're all about. What we're all about is trying to get as best possible result for ourselves as possible. And that doesn't mean just time. That means feeling good throughout the marathon. It means pacing it right. It means having the strength in the last third when it really counts in order to push over the line and still feel good. It means not breaking down in the marathon, whether it's injury or kind of stomach problems or all those things. So if you're running 5 times a week, as I said, 3 of those days are really easy, then you put yourself in a good position. So depending on your start point at the moment, if you're running 2-3 times a week, or if you're already running 5 times a week, I would take about 5 weeks to gradually build up to running 5 times a week. Get to that point, and then what you're going to do is to start a 12-week plan, which is essentially 10 weeks of specific marathon training, and then 2 weeks, 10 to 14 days of taper, so that the legs can freshen up before your marathon. So with that in mind, if that's 12 weeks plus 5 weeks, you want to pick something that's about 16, 17, 18 weeks away, a marathon that you can do, which obviously we're working towards autumn or fall if you're in the US, that you can do, and then literally sign up for that, make sure that you're committed, get your hat in the ring, and then work towards that. Once you start the specific 10 weeks marathon training before your taper, then all that you need to do is focus on 2 sessions a week. 1 interval session, which is going to improve your speed endurance, and 1 long run at the weekend, which will be an ever increasing run, not forever, but ever increasing towards a longer distance, ideally towards the marathon, so that you're spending at a slower pace, you're spending gradually more time on the feet and getting yourself ready for the marathon. And what those 2 sessions will do is the interval session will make you faster in your long run, gradually faster, or make the pace seem easier for what you're running. And the endurance that you'll get from the long run will feed nicely back into your interval session, so it will give you more strength. And then the 4th tip, I think we're on 4, is slow down on your recovery runs. Like, there's no gold medal for the fastest person to recover. What's important is over the weeks that you get the consistency from the interval session and the long run. And the way that you do that is by having really, really strong discipline when it comes to the recovery run and the easy runs. And that's how you're going to get it right. And if maybe that was 3, so I'll give you the 4th, and this is a bonus. If you can switch all your training, if you're used to training lunchtime, after work, if you can switch all your training to first thing in the morning, and then switch to running all those recovery runs and easy runs, so 3 times a week, you go out there without eating anything, you're just able to go on water and maybe coffee alone, then you're going to put yourself in a great position. You'll lose fat, but turn your body into a fat burning machine. Use that fat more efficiently when you're running the marathon, be able to tap into that more easily, and that's going to make you lighter and also more powerful, stronger on race day for the marathon. So it's going to put you in a really good position. So get to a point where you're running 5 times a week. Make sure 3 of those times per week are really, really easy, so slow that you think, oh, is this too slow? That's what you want to be thinking, so that you can have a whole conversation with your friend if you're running with a friend. Get to a point where you've got structure. So you're running like a midweek interval session and then a weekend long run. And then change all your training so that you're running first thing in the morning. It's the first thing that you do. It's the first thing that you do when you wake up. There's no kind of messing around. There's nothing that can get in the way during your day, and then you have to kind of put it off a day. There's nothing like that. It's just wake up. Your kit's already there. You go. Simple as that. That's the best advice that I can give you to get yourself in really good marathon shape. Good luck.